the weather, it's something everybody talks about. Unlike the weather, we manufacture it ourselves. This is today, our modern industrialized society. 95% of our technological achievements are estimated to have been made in the last 20 years. Air pollution has become a serious problem in roughly this same time period. In our eager search for the benefits of modern science and technology, our urban industrial way of life has produced a byproduct that began as a nuisance, but is rapidly becoming a peril to life. Today, over 43 million Americans live in cities described by the United States Public Health Service as suffering from major air pollution. What are the facts about air pollution? How severe is the problem? What or who is the cause? Not many years ago, when this nation was made up of farming communities, our skies were clear, blue, irresistible. With the coming of the Industrial Revolution, man sought to encompass his dream in steel, brass, aluminum, glass, and plastic. As cities were built, crowding more and more people into less and less space, a network of freeways and expressways was needed. All too often, the only means of transportation was the automobile, buzzing across the land like a plague of 7-year locusts, belching smoke and fumes. Industrial combines and oil refineries contributed their share to the pollution of our atmosphere. Man's unrestricted use of the sky is costing this nation $11 billion a year. Smog damage is manifold. It cracks rubber, weakens the fiber of clothing, corrodes metal, breaks down the surface of paint, blackens buildings, kills trees, causes limestone to crumble, eats away at telephone wire, destroys crops. But what does smog do to us? October 1948, Denora, Pennsylvania. A third of the population of 17,000 became ill, and 17 died. December 1952. Killer fog sweeps into London. December 1953, New York City. 200 deaths attributed to poison air. What caused these deaths? Death certificates seldom cited polluted air as a cause of death. Yet, government officials have reported that there is compelling evidence that air pollution is killing and disabling Americans all across the nation. Documented material from official government publications show that long-time, low-level air pollution is a factor in lung ailments that are sometimes fatal. What causes smog? In short, our way of life. Combustion to power our automobiles, fly our planes, move our trains, propel our ships. The many burning processes to heat our homes. The spraying of crops. The processing of raw materials in industrial products, the refining of petroleum, the construction of roads and buildings, the burning of coal and oil to generate electricity, the burning of wastes in city incinerators and in backyards. All of this creates wastes that go into the air we breathe. The Earth's atmosphere should not be confused with the limitless space beyond. The atmosphere is an envelope of life-giving gases above the Earth's surface. It can be poisoned. Moving air carries contaminants away from densely populated areas, but when the air is stationary, pollutants remain in the stagnant air. Sometimes a mass of warm air is layered on top of cold, creating an inversion layer. This blanket of warm air acts as a lid. It can extend several thousand feet, or as low as a few hundred feet. Into this almost closed space, more and more pollutants are poured. Chemicals spouted into the air don't just collect there, they change. The sunlight causes chemical reactions. Organic products from incomplete burning combine with oxygen to form still new products. Today, in our progressive society, man seems to have forgotten that he is part of, not independent of, nature. In a race between responsibility and catastrophe, Congress has been asked to launch a vigorous campaign against poison air. But what has been done about air pollution thus far? Until recently, few cities had control agencies to handle pollution problems. Realizing the need to control pollution, man is passing more laws, spending more money, and conducting more research than ever before. Control centers like this one in Los Angeles are seeking the answers. Some answers were found in years past. St. Louis and Pittsburgh, both suffering from soft coal blight, demanded stringent code enforcement. Soon the skies became clear again. The solution did not come easily. Thousands were earning their living in the coal mines. Industry, weighing dividends against vague peril, was slow to act. The know-how was available. Only needed was the will to do it. Contaminated air today differs considerably from the smoke, soot, and grime problems of years past. Pollutants today are of the far more subtle, invisible variety. It is now believed that between 85 to 90% of United States air pollution consists of largely invisible, yet potentially deadly, and often highly corrosive gases. Visible smoke, which looks bad, but often is not nearly so hazardous, now accounts for only 10 to 15% of atmospheric pollution. What are the answers? Can technology solve the problems it created? Attempts are being made. Petroleum refineries are employing scientific devices to prevent vapor loss. The auto industry is installing smog devices. Plants powered by nuclear energy are increasing. But it's all a case of too little, too late. If only the auto industry had spent on pollution research a fraction of what it spends on model changeovers, if we, in our frantic rush to produce more, accumulate more, and even throw away more, could have realized where we were headed. If. As more people pour into cities, others leave, hoping to find clear air in the suburbs. Still others hop in their campers and head for the hills each weekend. Or will we wind up bottling and importing air as we import clear mountain water? Clearly, the record shows that we don't fully understand the environment in which we live. Unless we begin to match our technological power with a deeper understanding of the balance of nature, we are inviting catastrophe. Only by seeing where we once were and what we once had to own, to breathe, can we see clearly into the future that is ours to grasp. The world is ours, to shape or to destroy.